Dunki, the most recent film in Raju Hirani's splendid filmography, turned out to be both a hit and a miss. Something you never expect from a director of this caliber. I believe Dunki is one of those films that could have been something else entirely, if only the execution of the movie were a little tighter and if they had added some international elements, which I'll discuss later in this video. Now that the movie is in the public domain, there is nothing that can be done to revamp it. So here I am, sharing my thoughts and narrating you what could have been an improved, if not an Oscar-worthy version of Dunki. Spoiler alert in case you haven't seen the movie, pause, watch it and then come back to this video. The first act. I believe the opening could have taken a swifter approach in introducing the characters. For example, the scene where Manu escapes from the hospital could have been executed in a more hasty Raju Hirani-esque manner. Imagine a scene where they take Manu on a gurney towards the operation theatre. She opens her eyes, seizes a window of opportunity and escapes, running through the streets of London. Meanwhile, doctors in the OT are surprised to find a bunch of knickknacks instead of her. Manu then arrives at the lawyer's office, saying, "अब तो तू डंकी करा दे, और हाँ, साथ में 2 और कमीने भी चलेंगे," making this scene even more engaging, instead of the long-form chit-chat that actually happened in the movie. The scene cuts to Bali, hanging out in his small salon, having a conversation with a few Indian guys. He receives a text message, smiles, offers his shop to one of the guys and without negotiating sells it for a loss. As he runs away, a man taunts him, but Bali turns around and replies with the exact same dialogue as shown in the movie, making this scene even more exciting. The scene then cuts to Buku, about to win a lottery. Each number on his ticket matches the first prize. He gets a text, reads it, throws down the ticket and runs away. They all eventually meet under the Big Ben and Patel the lawyer calls Hardy, showing the same entry scene for SRK as in the movie. The rest of the scene plays out the same, with Hardy telling them to come to Dubai, boarding the flight with hopes to return to their home country. The flashback of Lalto. If the movie delved a bit more into the story between Hardy and Manu's brother during the time he got shot and how her brother meant a lot to Hardy, his motivations would have resonated more with the audiences. The following scenes after that and the gags were just right, eliciting constant chuckles and proving Raju sir's ability to tickle a funny bone. And then coming to the interval block, I believe it could have been a perfect cut to the interval where Vicky dies right in the arms of Hardy. They could have done away with the funeral scene, which fell short compared to the emotional high just prior to it. The Dunki Journey. Back into the movie after interval, a scene where they all sit dejectedly on the terrace and Hardy gives them a pep talk about taking Sukhi's revenge and ensuring that he will take everyone with him, especially Manu, to London would have pumped up the audiences for the forthcoming journey. Then the Dunki Journey starts, and here the movie let the most brilliant of its scenes slip away. They could have added something more internationally appealing, introducing new characters from other countries with similar motivations, like Afghan, Nepali or Pakistani characters, each with their personal stories. For example, one could be sending money back home for his brother's education, or someone wanting to reunite with their ancestors in London since post-war. If these characters ended up sacrificing themselves to distract desert shooters and save the group, the audiences would have felt more emotions than what actually happened in the movie. Other characters with backstories could have been added, losing their lives at different checkpoints, solidifying Hardy's motivation to fulfill each of their purposes as well. Reaching London. The main characters somehow arrive at London. Witnessing the deprived state of immigrants there, they get disheartened. Hardy's character, but now has better motivations to fulfill the dreams of those left behind. The ultimate aim could have been to find the person responsible for Sukhi's love's suicide and make him pay for that, leading to a chaotic climax at Big Ben, where Hardy is arrested after proposing Manu on TV news, but never ever getting to know her answer. It would have been so much more engaging and it would have blended perfectly with the ending as well. About the court scene, it could have worked without the other 3 characters in the background. Hardy would deny falsely accusing his country, get deported back to India, and the rest, Manu, Bugu and Bali, would live illegally there for the rest of their lives. This alone could have made the reunion scene more impactful than it was in the movie. The reunion. I think Manu letting Hardy know about her tumor right away could have been hidden from both Hardy and the audiences. So when Hardy proposes to Manu under the fake Big Ben constructed above her old house, and Manu peacefully dies right after Hardy turns around to propose, it would have shocked the audiences as well. Hardy then slowly approaching her, putting the ring on her finger, breaking down with tears, and putting his head on her lap, with the screen fading out to black, and the Big Ben chiming in the background, could have been the best ending to this rendition of Raju Sir's Dunki. In conclusion, though Dunki could have been yet another masterpiece in Raju Sir's filmography, it somehow failed to be what it could have. But I still think it remains a thoughtful and beautiful film that, despite its setbacks, provides a breath of fresh air in the mainstream cinema among the ever increasing cesspool of those mind numbing action flicks. Thank you.